Okay, everybody, welcome back to West Corners Custom Cycles. I'm Pat. Welcome back to the Underground Garage. As I told you in the last video, I ordered up a brand new CV carburetor for my 1989 Sportster, the Skull Bike. Now, that motor originally was actually an 883. I punched it up to a 1200, but this is the new carburetor for it. Now, the carburetor that's on it right now is a Harley Davidson. It is the carburetor that came on it in 1989. This carburetor is a CV carburetor that I got off Amazon. Now, I heard about this carburetor. I watched a video on Amazon, actually several of them, on people that have gotten this CV carburetor. Now, I want to show you this. This is the new carburetor. It is almost exactly like the original one that's on the bike right now. The only couple of things that I know of that aren't the same is this doesn't say Harley Davidson on it and have the emblem on it. And on the original Harley Davidson one, this brass fitting here where the fuel line hooks onto is actually plastic. And I guess they tend to break sometimes. I've had my bike since '05. I've never had a problem with it. It's never broke on me. But a lot of people replace these with the brass one. I guess you can get that online. But I'm going to pull this thing apart. Now, something I wanted to tell you, and some of you may be wondering why I'm taking a brand new carburetor and pulling it apart. It comes with a jetting kit. It's got 3 different size jets for the pilot jet. It's got 3 different size jets for the main jet. Comes with 2 brand new fuel lines. In the video I watched, the guy said use these fuel lines because they are narrower. And I guess when he used the stock fuel line, it was dumping too much fuel into the carburetor and flooding it out. If he had his float and everything adjusted the way it should be, I would imagine that wouldn't happen. But hey, I don't know. I don't know what was going on with that, so I'm not going to comment on it. But anyway, I want to see what jets they got inside. Harley also, this screw right here is your fuel and air mixture screw. Harley has a plug in there because they don't want you messing with it because of EPA regulations. And we want to set this thing up to our own regulations to where it'll work better. Now, the Amazon carburetor comes with the plug out of it already. So that's 2 benefits. You don't have a plug in the adjustment screw, and it comes with the brass fitting already on it. 2 pluses that the original stock Harley carburetor does not have. I know the jets that I want to put in this for both of them, and I know where I want to put this pilot's or the air mixture screw. So I'm going to get you in here closer so I can pull this float bowl off and take a look at the jets that are in there. I already looked at the ones that are in this bag. And we will go from there. I will show you what ones I want to put in it and explain why. And we'll go from there. All right, let me get you in closer here. All right, everybody. I'm back. Got you in closer here. Now, what I'm going to do, I'll get you centered here and in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to pull those 4 screws, take this float bowl off. Underneath it is going to be where the jets are. They are brass. They're numbered on top of them. So are all the ones that came in the new kit. I'm looking to put a 46 and like a 180 in this. But we'll see. I may have to go with like 40, 45 or 48 and a 185. I'm trying to richen it up some. So the jets I'm going to be putting in are probably going to be bigger than what's already in this, but we'll see. The other thing I'm going to do, like I said, is in this hole right here, I'm going to readjust this fuel air mixture screw to where I want it. Now, when I take this apart, and I take that float bowl off, I want to show you here. This is where your throttle cables hook up, is on this. Now, this black piece that goes up and down pushes a rod that goes down through here and activates your accelerator pump that's in here. Do not pull these 3. You don't have to. This is all brand new, so there's no sense getting in there. I'm just saying, watch when you put it back together. There's a rubber boot right in here that rod has to go up through, and then it touches on this plastic piece. So like I said, when you activate your throttle, it pushes down on that rod and activates your accelerator pump. Okay, just letting you know. But basically all we're doing is changing jets, readjusting this mixture screw. All right, let me get this off. All right, I'm back. I wanted to show you this. Some people might think I'm busting your hump when I say this, but I am serious as a heart attack. These Phillips head screws all the way around here, they're there, all these three. There's 4 more holding the cap on up here. A lot of people, you recommend that you either replace them with a Torx or Allen's. That's definitely a good idea. When I tried to get this first screw loose, I used an American screwdriver. Actually, I believe it's a Stanley, but regardless, it's an American screwdriver. I almost stripped that out. Even on my Yamaha Virago, this is a Japanese Phillips head screwdriver. And yes, the Japanese ones are different than the American ones. So if you're working on something Chinese or Japanese, my advice, get a set of these. I got a set of 3 different sizes, and I think it was like $12 or something offline. It was cheap. Anyway, seriously, you can look these up online, and honestly, I would have stripped that out if I kept going with that screwdriver. I used this Japanese one, and it popped off 4 of them free, like, immediately. So, enough of that. Get these out. I'm going to look inside here. Okay. There you go, people. Now I get to see what size jets are in here. Wow, it's hard to see. That's a 170. And I am going to have to get a small flathead to go down inside of this hole right here to get out the pilot jet and see what size that is. But I would like to go with a 180 on this, and I would like this one to be a 46. They gave me a 42, a 45, and a 48 for the pilot in the kit, and they gave me a I think it was a 180, a 185, and a 190 in the kit, and this is the 170. So, I'd like that 180 and that 146, but we'll see what they are. Give me a second, I gotta get a screwdriver. Okay, let's get that out of there. Let's see what size they gave us. Oh, that's a 45. They give me a 45 in here too, or did they give me the 46? I'm hoping that was the 46 was in here. $45, $48, yeah, it's another 45. And that's a 42. Okay. Well, that's where we're at on that. Another thing I want to check is where this adjustment's set at. So we're going to turn it all the way down in, counting the turns by half to see where they have it set at. half, 1, 1.5, 2, about 2 1/4. So we'll give it the quarter, and then we'll go half, 1, half, 2. That's about where they had it. 2 1/4. I'll leave it at that. I'm actually happy with that. I was going to go 2 1/4 to 2 3/4. We'll start with that. And that's a 170. I'm actually going to run this the way they've got it set up. One of the I've watched, I can't even tell you how many videos on how to tune these carbs and how to hop them up. And the general consensus between most of the guys that want to hop them up or make the big jet 180 to 185, make the little jet 46 to 48. But with the way, and usually the mixture screw is, like I said, set anywhere between, I'd say 70% of the guys say between 2 and 2.5, and the other 25% are between 2.5 and 3. So that's why I said I was going to set it between 2 1/4 and 2 3/4 in there. But we'll start with the 2 1/4. You're running with the 170. A stock jet and a Sportster 883 is 160. So this is up 10 from that. The 45, I believe it was a 42 originally in the 883, and they've got a 45 in here. So I'm going to put a 45 back in here. And we're going to run this like that. And if it gives me a problem, if it's popping on the D-cell or not a smooth takeoff all the way up through, then we'll go back and readjust jets, and I'll take you through that too. But for the meantime, screw this back down in there. Just snug it up. And all right, take this float ball. Now when you're going to put this back on, don't forget, this is your rod for your accelerator pump. So that has to go back up in this part right here. Line everything up. Should set right back down on there. Okay. Okay, that should be good there. Screw these all back down. I'm surprised because there was one other video I watched where when I first heard about these Amazon carburetors, and the guy put it on an Evo Sportster, which is what I've got, and he said he didn't do nothing to it, and it absolutely runs perfect on that bike. And now I know that it is different than stock settings. Instead of 42, they have a 45 in the secondary jet, and instead of what I believe was stock in the Harley CV carburetor, I think was 160 in the main jet, and they've got a 170 in this. They've also adjusted the idle mixture, you know, the air fuel mixture screw on this to 2 1/4, where I believe the stock setting to meet EPA regulations back in the 80s. I think most of them were like around 1 3/4, something like that. So they were running them pretty lean. Actually, I'm hoping this is all set. I don't got to do nothing to it but adjust the the mixture a little bit, you know, after I get it warmed up and fine tune it. That should be all I have to do. Now, another guy said on one of the videos that he did not use this new fuel line, and for whatever reason his other fuel line was bigger, and he said it was dumping so much gas down in here that it was flooding out the carb. I'm going to use the new fuel line just because, one, my bike's red, and this is kind of a reddish color, so, and it's new. And I'll take his advice. You know, I don't care what fuel line's on it, and I don't think the bike does either. As long as it runs good, I'm a happy guy. All right, I'm going to take you guys outside. We're going to get this on the bike, and we're going to fire it up for the first time and, you know, see how it runs. And we'll go from there. I'll take it out and run it up and down the road. I'll give you a review on what I think about how it performs. Seriously, I'm thoroughly impressed with this carburetor so far. But, you know, the true test is how does it perform. So I'll go get it on there. You guys can come out and watch me, and we'll go from there. You guys can watch me go up and down the road and find out how it works. All right, catch you in a few. Okay, everybody, I just wanted to catch up to speed here. I just did the unboxing and review of the CV carburetor from Amazon. I wanted to let you know that I was going to go out and put it on the bike right now, and I did get that done. It is installed. It is on the bike, and it is running. Does sound good. This is actually the CV carb that came off at the Harley one. That's all done. Haven't got a chance to run it up and down the road yet because we've got 5 days of rain forecast here in upstate New York, and it's 50 degrees out. So I won't be able to run that around for a few days and finish up this video, but please check out the second half of it where I install it, get it on there, show you it, I get it running, I get the idle set. On this carburetor, the CV carburetor from Amazon, it was set at 2 1/4 turns out for the air and fuel mixture. When I'm revving it and letting it decel, it popped a little. So I think I'm going to turn that out to 2 1/2 and let it ride there. That pop on the decel is usually a little bit lean. So I'm going to richen it up just a 1/4 of a turn more and see how that works, and we'll go from there. But okay, as always, thank you for tuning in. As always, be good, ride safe, live life behind bars, and like and subscribe, please. Okay, we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.